Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Madhurya, and if you're not, then welcome back. And thank you so much for tuning back to my channel once again. So today is more like a chit chat kind of a video, and probably just information sharing for the most part of it. And if you follow me on Instagram, by the way, my Instagram handle is this. If you did follow me on Instagram, then you would know that I was in India quite recently, and the reason being for my H1B stamping. Drum rolls, yes, can I hear some? Because I did manage to get my H1B appointment. So story time. My company applied for my H1B in the year 2021. I was a 2020 graduate, so yeah, 2021 they applied and I got picked, I got selected, and then following I had to wait for my approval, post which I could fill up my DS 160 and start with that hunt of appointments. And for me, luckily what happened is probably due to excessive lack of appointments, the USCIS decided to go for Dropbox appointments, and I was lucky enough to find the appointment on April 16th. So how did I find this appointment? It was, thanks to the Telegram groups and as well as Facebook groups that kept track of when these slots would open up, and they would open up in batch, but they would just get over like this, just in a fraction of seconds. So you must be really quick on your toes, as quick as a cat, and you should go and book that appointment as soon as you see any one slot left. So for me, I missed the January and February slots, but however, I did manage to sneak in a slot in April. So my appointment was scheduled to be on April 16th, and that's about how I got the appointment. Now for the second part of it, what actually happens in a Dropbox appointment? So firstly I thought, okay, Dropbox is like, there's some box, you just go and drop off all your appointments. It was a very vague idea because I did not know how Dropbox appointments would be conducted. I really thought that. Maybe I was naive, but that's how I thought in my head that it would be. But it's not. So this place was in Gopalan Mall, Banarghatta Road, VFS Global, which actually has the takes me a document. So there was, along with US visas, there were other European visas and other visas that were also been conducted by the same VFS Global. So I was given the slot of 11:40. I entered the VFS Global or Banarghatta Road, Gopalan Mall around like 11:30, and I was allowed to go inside. So once you go inside, of course there's normal security checks and everything, and once you go inside you will be given a token, and based on that you will have to wait. You'll have to wait for certain time. So for me and my friends who've been to the Bangalore Dropbox, it's almost been about 2 hours to 2.5 hours of wait time. So since the token was given out, and I did wait for 2.5 hours for just nothing actually. I was just sitting there, and I was like, okay, when's this gonna happen? I tried to record, but I didn't know if that was legal and if I could do that, but that's why I did not take out my camera then. So I was just sitting, and then they finally called out my token. All I had to go there and submit was my application confirmation, my H1B approval. Of course, all of these were photocopies and nothing original, and then my passport. Passport, of course, was original, and yeah, that's it. So along with my verification of employment, all these letters had to be provided. All the letters were, of course, photocopies, except for passport. Everything else was photocopied. So this is when I dropped off. Then I went back home. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back the passport in a week, because once I left, they told me it's gonna take about, earliest would be 5 days, and the maximum time that would take would be around 14 days. So I was like, okay, and I didn't really think about it because I had time for about a month in India. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get back my passport. So I waited. So you get the application status check, right? So as like any other visa, you get the link to check with your application number. So I used to put it on every 2 to 3 days and check what my status would be. So first it was application received, and I was like, okay, it's application received, and I waited for a little longer, and it's still application received. I was a little confused with the status, but however I was like, okay, let's wait. And then came application processing. That was step number 2, and application processing took a lot of Actually, application received was the status that I saw for continuous 1 week, and I'm like, why is it taking so long? The status changed to application processing, and I was like, okay, something's happening now, let's wait long. So again, I waited for another 2 to 3 days, and then I realized it was it didn't change. I was getting a little confused again. I don't know what to do, because you have to wait, and it was still under the 14-day period. So I thought maybe they're not updating the portal as frequently as they should be, and I was still holding up. And then came the last week of my stay. So long, it took me what, 20 days, and then the status changed to application approved, and then it said that you would be receiving your passport and if you've paid for the premium delivery, you will get it to your house. Otherwise, you'll have to go and pick it up at VFS. So for the premium delivery, there was a charge of 650 rupees, and then they would get it to your house. And luckily, I was leaving on Thursday, and I received this on Saturday night. So it took about 20 days, and phew, I did breathe that sigh of relief at last on the 20th day, and I was like, man, I got it. So this was my journey as to how I got my H1B visa approval. It took quite a little bit time, but however, patience is the key. And with the same time, I also would like to bring up the other part of it, that my friends had the normal appointment where you have to go in for a visa interview, which happens for 2 days. I did not get that appointment though, but my friends who got it, they had their normal process. Their employee verification was done. They were asked a couple of questions about what they're working on, what their masters were related to, and that's it. That was their questionnaire, and they received their passports within 3 days of their visa interview. So these things actually confused me when I gave the Dropbox appointment, because I was really confused, what is happening. But I just wanted to share this because I know going forward, a few of you might have already finished this process, or somebody would this video would be useful to somebody. So yeah, that's about my journey of H1B Dropbox appointment. And if you have really waiting for your appointment or waiting for your passports written back, then definitely just keep patience, and good luck and all the best. And thank you so much for watching. If you did like this content, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because it means a lot to me. And thank you so much for staying tuned till the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.